Dance. Rosie, my friends are watching. Rosie, they will laugh at Rosie, so can I have a Rosie, brother mercy, pick up. So can I have a dance? Rosie, my friends are watching. Rosie, they will laugh at Rosie. That when you hear Blackky, you know it's Blackky. And music is a tool for social change. Them call him Burna. Because those days, if you don't do well in shows in the East, you get stoned with bottles.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, of course, you know, my name is Vbabashow. I'm back again, bringing back memories with music legend. That's what I've been doing, and I've been doing it passionately. Today, and the man I'm seated down with is among people who have set the pace for the Nigerian music industry. He has done so well for himself, and as a matter of fact, without further ado, I introduce to you the one and only Blackky in the building.
Can I have a dance? Rosie, my friends are watching me. Rosie, it's Blackky the Black Man. The day fireball.
Blackky.
Yeah, blessed. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yeah.
The last time I saw you was with the late Sultan in Abuja. You forgotten. We were at the backstage playing piano. I was the one playing piano. Then he was freestyling. Remember that night?
It seems as if I do. That's years ago.
Yes, now 2018 now.
Yeah, I remember.
2017.
Yeah, it must have been in February, around that February time.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
On Julius Agu show.
Yes, you just hit me. I hit my emotions. That's taking me. Yeah, taking me way back and made me very emotional. Right. Yes, it's a pleasure.
You're one of the people who have set the pace for the Nigerian music industry. So tell us how you started. Tell us what inspired you to make music, because you have a very different and distinctive style of music, which is reggae. And even in that reggae, your own style of reggae is different.
Totally different.
Tell us something.
Contemporary. I think, the inspiration came from like the late 80s. And, because my style was different from what everybody was listening to. Everybody was listening to my big brothers, may they rest in peace, Ras Kimono, Majek Fashek, listening to cultural reggae. But I was coming from University of Lagos, from campus, from that modern kind of sound. I was creating reggae that was contemporary and futuristic. And so many record companies could not really relate to what kind of sound I was coming with. And so that's why I didn't get signed on at that time. But I was trying to push a kind of sound that when you hear Blackky, you know it's Blackky. The sound, the style, whatever you know about Blackky, once you hear the music, you know that it's like a culture of its own. And that's what I was trying to create. And that's what I did in the 80s until when I won the Lucky Sun Splash Talent Hunt, and then I got a record deal with Polygram, and that's how I pushed out that first album with Can I Have a Dance, Rosie, based on winning the talent hunt, and that's how the career started.
Wow.
And it's good that I was able to merge fans that are into hip hop to fans that are into reggae and then dancehall.
Wow.
And that's how I merged it together, and that's why we have the new sound, and that's why we have Black.
Wow.
30 years plus going. Yeah.
What do you have to say about the Nigerian music industry today? Now, the industry has evolved.
Yeah.
Tell us something.
Well, some areas it has evolved for better, some areas it has evolved for worse.
Okay, tell us.
So we have, for the better, those days, there are only 3 record companies. If you don't get signed on by one of them, you are going nowhere. But now, you can just sit in your room, hit some digital platforms, and then you're doing streamings and you're doing numbers. You don't have to be with a record company. You can be an independent and do really well.
Yes.
Good, positive. You can push your music out with a touch of a button and it goes around the world. Another thing is that Afrobeat has become so massive around the world. Like how reggae was years ago. And so Afrobeat is so strong that once you push yourself as an Afrobeat artist, you can hit the world. So those are the good sides. Downsides, content.
Content, okay.
What my junior colleagues are singing about. We're talking about drugs, talking about smoking. You're glorifying the use of drugs in your music. So this is going to impact on the listeners and the followers and the fans. And music is a tool for social change. And when you start using music to spread negative information to people, you can destroy a whole generation.
Yes.
When I was younger, I used to do some music that were X-rated that got banned. So I'm not a saint. But I repented a couple of albums after, knowing how powerful music is. So that's the downside. Content. Then in terms of the music itself, I think we could do a whole lot better in terms of the longevity of music. Those days, you listen to a Bob Marley, you can still listen to a Bob Marley. Why? They took time to build the sound.
Yes.
Music had a soul and it had the body. Now, music just has the body, no soul.
No, so that's the
No soul, yes. And now that beat can only last 3 months. 3 months.
2 weeks.
Or even shorter.
2 weeks.
You see? So, what are you touring with? Once the song hits the flavor, people just enjoy it for the moment. It discards.
It goes.
Nobody's attached now to the song and the artist. It's only the song. Sometimes you may not even know the artist, but you know the song.
Yeah.
So that's what a lot of people. I've been watching the trend in the industry, and I see that's when you go to the club, you just want to hear the banging song that's going on now. Nobody's interested in the artist. In my time, you were interested in Raskimono, the rubber dub master. You were interested in Blackky, the master toaster. You were interested in Majek Pashek, the rainmaker. So you had the slogan for each act, and they always had a mystery behind them. But now that is just put out the sound, and that's it. So those are some of the downsides: no content, and then disseminating information that can destroy the youth.
So okay, let's talk about now. If you want to do like a collaboration, if you just want to be kind to do a collaboration with any artist on this stage, which one are you going to do?
Them call him Burna.
Burna. Why?
Because African dancehall is a style that I formed when I was starting at that, which is what you call Afrobeat dance, or what they want to call but the African dancehall, which are merging Nigerian experience and lingua into dancehall from Kingston, Jamaica. It's a fusion.
Okay.
And I was hoping that I would build an army of artists that would be inspired by what I do, to have a style, create a style and a movement for themselves. And I see Burna is trying to do something like that. He's created his own style. It has a little bit of dancehall there, but very integrated into Nigerian lingua and all of that. And then, most importantly, his performances on stage. You can tell that the young man tries to do more than the average performance was seeing. You're asking him about the industry then and now. Then we play live for live. You have your bass. Oh, you're just talking about instruments. You have your bass, you have your drums. You're not doing loops. You will have to learn each instrument. Look, when you're on stage, it's organic. It's the band that is playing the music. But now, you just have either the drummer playing along with what is already recorded. The artist is singing on his lead. His lead is on the track. So even if he forgets his lyrics, that lead is there. Those of us who were trained in those years, we have to remember the lyrics too. We have to remember the lyrics. Because those days, if you don't do well in shows in the East, you get stoned with bottle. So it's not a question of you went there. They want to hear every single instrument.
Yes.
And the part where you hear a particular thing, they want the live band members to play. So it's a totally different ball game. Now it's like a cruise for a lot of artists to just go on stage. There's not as much work as I would have loved us to do.
You've said a lot too. People need to learn from you.
There's a lot.
You have a lot to talk.
Yes, a lot that is on our mind.
Thank you very much. Yes. Please, that your song I beg. Now my best song. We'll sing that for me again.
So can I have a dance?
Rosie,
my friends are watching. Rosie, they will laugh at Rosie, so can I have a Rosie? Rather mercy, bigger, run the my kiss, King Blackky. I tell you, Rosie, don't want to believe it.
Thank you very much, sir. Please, social media handle. Are you on Instagram?
Yes, Instagram. Official Blackky.
Official Blackky on Instagram.
Official.
Yeah,
Blackky.
Please go and follow him. Legendary.
Overstand.
Yeah.
Overstand.
My name is Vbaba.
Vbabashow.
The name of my show is Woha.
Okay, now I know.
Yeah. So I'll still disturb you again. I can disturb people very well. So we'll have a yes.
Once you send me a message, then I hope that now that at least I know.
Thank you very much, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Peace out.
Oha, Tokam Asibi.